Hey, welcome back to the channel, Canadians in Brazil. Can you imagine? There's probably about five of us. Anyway, yesterday saw one of the most ferocious days on the beach that I've seen in a long time. In fact, the ocean's been fairly calm recently until a few days ago. I'm not sure exactly what the phenomenon was, but anyway, I took a few shots because, yesterday morning, I was going to go down and work with the surf school in Barra da Tijuca and grab a board and head out into the water, and this is what followed. So, as you can see, this was not actually the beach itself, but this is where the beach ends, and there's a little bit of a bay. So the water gathers here and gets pretty ferocious, as you can see. And there was a few people surfing right into that small little bay. It's a pretty rocky coastline in that small area, so hey, God love them, I mean, look at them. Anyway, so as I'm gonna be posting a few clips here talking you through this. The beach was really heavily fortified with those red flags, which means do not swim, do not surf, do not do anything in the water, because not only were the waves coming in quite dramatically, but where the beach is angled, you get a very dangerous phenomenon in the ocean, and that is the waves hit the coastline, and then they bounce back out, and then the other waves come in and they cross over, and that's where you can see the explosions happening with the water hitting each other. So what will happen in these circumstances, and I remember my great grandfather talking to me about this back in Nova Scotia, Canada. It's a very dangerous. It's when waves cross each other. So if you're actually in the water swimming, which is the most dangerous thing with when this phenomenon occurs, what happens is, okay, I got to do a disclaimer. This is not advice about safety, but it's observations and learnings over the years. When the waves are doing that, and you see those explosions and whatnot, what we tend to do in order to save ourselves, if we get way out in the ocean and it gets very turbulent, you can swim parallel to the shoreline and the waves will eventually carry you in. You got to remain very calm and just, try not to get overexhausted, take your breath, and just go parallel, and the waves will, and stay on top of the water. You're very buoyant in salt water, so the ocean will eventually bring you back in. When you hit those X patterns, you can really get into a lot of trouble, because essentially what happens is you can't use that swimming parallel to the shoreline technique, because when you're doing this, the undertow, which is the outgoing wave, will carry you back out over the incoming wave, and you might get stuck out there for a very long time. Now, if you're super strong and you have massive cardio, you could possibly survive something like that without total exhaustion kicking in, and swim very, very far out and just wait and bide your time and be very super relaxed. It's all about the emotional state you're in as well. And you could survive it. I mean, I got stuck out in some pretty gnarly situations in the ocean, and so I'm talking strictly from experience. And I was stuck out beyond that X pattern a long time ago. Well, I should say about 3 years ago, and I almost succumbed to exhaustion, but I'm in really good shape. I do I do musculature exercise every second day for at least 2 hours, and I do cardio for 2 hours every second day, and a little bit every day. So I keep myself in very good physical condition. So if faced with some of those types of problems, particularly in the nasty ocean and also in the forest here, I do a lot of mountaineering. So keep yourself in peak physical condition, and you're going to be in a lot better position to help yourself than if you were not in very good physical condition. So I'm just kind of talking you through all these clips here. As you can see, it's been a very gnarly week, and no touch in the ocean this week or for the foreseeable future, because just looking out the window here, all I see is a lot of gray and big clouds moving around, a little bit of rain here and there. So looks like a little bit of unsettled weather for a little bit, and a bit of a current there in the ocean. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these shots, and perhaps my observations about my own experiences in the ocean as well. And what started out to be a pretty happy day, grabbing the surfboard, looking out at the ocean, seeing that red flag, thinking, okay, all right, let's just go for a nice walk. And I walked about 10 kilometers each way on the beach, and took these photographs and videos for your pleasure. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I enjoy your comments, feedback, or any type of commentary you might have about the oceans or your experience down in the comments. And I'll see you next time.